Right, we are live, and wow, Never Fear and Vorpal, you guys are running. You're running. Very nice. All right, I'm going to also do some screen share. Yeah, I saw Vorpal. I got some catching up to do. We may have to reach back to the characters you were creating there as maybe some potential NPCs. But I've got to rein it in at this point in time and also make it somewhat entertaining, hopefully, to watch. So first thing is I have the Maze Rats booklet open. So there's the advantage and the danger rolls and combat and initiative, all fairly simple. I've got to negotiate over to here for character creation. Now, before we went live, which nobody else can see, I know Vorpal, you started without me. There's some very simple choices to make, predominantly right down here. So we could go radical and roll for each individual. Not all that radical, although you can end up with an unbalanced. But as Vorpal's already shown in the side notes, and before I get started, let me explain. We are going to be live playing Maze Rats. Now, Ben Milton's the creator of Maze Rats and Knave. And he's got a big Kickstarter starting for both of these items. Really, it's primarily the Knave book, the second edition, and a hardbound version. That starts, I believe it's Tuesday, May 2nd. So we're Sunday. You got a few days to get into that. But I'm getting ready to run Maze Rats as a West Marches with a group of about 7 people around the table. I wanted something fairly easy and simple, dangerous, for this adventure game that we're going to be doing, West Marches, and quick character regeneration. What we're going to be doing today is creating a character live with the help of folks that show up in the show here. Right now we got Never Fear 1911 and Vorpal. Hit points start, we're level 1. We started at 4. I also I created my own sheet for the live deal. You won't be able to see it. I would have to scan in and then do a bunch of screen shares. So we're going to keep the character creation up. But HP starts at a very simple, your health points at 4. Very easy to die here. The key as we move forward will be decision making, not skills based. You have very few skills here, but we'll get into that in a second. Everybody starts off with, I like to call it defensive 6. The game calls it your armor rating, but then you get bonuses for having light or heavy armor and a shield. So we're going to have a defensive 6. This is our natural ability to just not stand somewhere and get hit. Also, we're going to start with light armor. It's just a simple +1, meaning we are now at 7. The first thing I want to ask Never Fear and Vorpal, do we want to use a shield or not? A shield is very nice. It gives you an additional +1. And if you ever take a lot of damage, you can just state that your shield has taken the full brunt of it and it's destroyed, but it bleeds off that excess damage. So to you guys, do we want, and stay focused for me, do we want a shield or not? And we'll name our character here in a little bit. I lean towards a shield, but for story-wise, one of my players likes to have dual sickles. Depends on your character, her personality, their background. I do not own a shield yet. My character doesn't have a shield. Okay, no shield. I'm talking about this one, though. We got to do this character. We're just going to do one character for right now. Now, other ones might build in. This is going to be walking instead of running. So I know you guys got what you've got going over here, and that's fine. But to be clear, what we're going to be doing is building a single character. Sorry, not 2, but 1. I will be playing them through. I've got some things, location, these counters that Ben Milton talked about, how you make these out of magic cards. They will set some of our locations, the randomness being me picking them randomly, and we're going to jump into the action. So I'm going to ask again, because I know you guys got your characters on the side. I'm going to have to walk before I run. So before we have your characters in playing and doing their own thing, which can possibly happen in the future, This is going to be you guys assisting me in running this one character. Now, as we build and grow, what I would like to do is eventually have folks come in and join the stream with their character live, and then that way they can talk and explain things rather than me trying to read and keep up with the text, if that makes sense. Let me look at what you guys are saying here real quick, because that's part of the problem. I have to slow down and look. So never fear. I mean, you don't have to have our characters in, at least not for this session. Right. Hold on to them. We'll work into that. Vorpal, do worry, ugly. We will be right there with you. Do worry. Okay. Excellent. Anything else? Correction. You got one character with two buddies. All right. So looking at your player sheet, I'm going to roll on this real quick. We're just going to figure out, and I will narrate it. I've got my 6-sided die, which you won't be able to see, but we've got a big old 3, and my eyes can't see. Well, they can see over here, though. That's a +1 to strength, +2 dexterity. Let me get it in. So we've got a 3 is +1 strength, and we've got +2 dex and just 0 on the willpower. So this is a dexterous yet somewhat strong individual. Let's see. We talk about, so dexterity in this game deals with anything with speed, agility, precision. Obviously, those of dexterity. Willpower is personality, perception, and willpower. What do they call? Yeah, it's will. All right. So that is number 1 out of the way. What's weird is here with my screens overlapping. So if you're going to see this, actually I have to pop this up a little bit better. All right. We've already decided we're not using a shield, but I will weigh in. So with the folks in here, and if you have differing opinions, I'll do a roll-off between you because I do want your help in character development. So do we want to go with the +1 attack bonus? This is like a fighter. Or do we want to go with a single spell slot? Now, it doesn't mean they're going to be magic only, but that would be the leaning towards the start. A single path from the 4 below. So this is, you could be Briarborn, which is tracking, forging, survival, Fingersmith, tinkering, picking lots, pockets, Roof Runner, think parkour, and Shadowjack is moving silently, hiding in the shadows. So we're going to be picking, I call these your special. Let's see, do not cast spells. All right, we're not going to go with books. I say strength. What do you mean by that? So we're picking either an attack bonus or we're picking one of the 4 little special areas. So I've got no spells. Fine. We'll stay away from the spell casting. It's very fun in Maze Rats. It's chaotic and random. The game has both an insanity table and mutations table for failed spells. Yes, it does. And I love those. And you also got to kind of feel your way through what some of the spells are sometimes in Maze Rats. Makes sense for a fighter. Okay, so you meant attack bonus, right? So, I mean, we can do that. He's a stealthy. He could have an attack bonus. Vorpal, are you waving in on an attack bonus? If you both agree, we'll go with that. If not, I'll do a roll-off. I haven't seen anybody else weigh in. So, Vorpal, give me a little bit. Are you going, thumbs up on the attack bonus? Thumbs up on the attack bonus. Nothing from Vorpal yet. If we get nothing, I see you're not brave. I know what you don't want. So we're going to going once, going twice to keep things moving. Boom, we got +1 to the attack bonus. Oh, there he is. I don't have an attack bonus of my own, so do what you want. Right, let's just stay with this character here. +1 attack bonus. We're going to be talking about this individual character. Now, something I did on my sheet that my players will be dealing with, and this is just to harmonize them a little bit more with their character, but it's quick. we're going to be dropping into a situation. Normally, I ask them why they are there, but they have a particular setting they're showing up with. I'm going to skip that for you guys right now, but I would like an item, like a trinket that our character is carrying with him or her, and then we're going to do some character development on this sheet. Trinkets, I picked a path. Okay, got it. Guys, give me a trinket. Anything. This is something you carry with you. It could be a lucky rock if you're Vorpal. No, if you're a Vorpal, it would be a shark tooth. Ooh, that's what it is. It's a shark tooth. I don't know why he has this item, but he has a shark tooth on a necklace. Bingo. Look how you helped out there, Vorpal. Necklace with a large shark tooth. We don't know what this is. We know what it is. We don't know why he carries it. A lightsaber. Stay with me, Vorpal. Stay with me. Okay, a shark tooth. That's cool. I picture this like necklace with this big shark tooth hanging right down around his clavicle. This is perfect. I love it. And he is a fighter. So weapon-wise, let's see. We got to choose combat gear. We know we went with light armor. Light weapons. So this would be one hand. So in this game, what happened there? Hold on. My email just popped in. I hate that. I got to go change that default. So light weapons means so you can carry one thing in your hand, or if you're carrying a heavy weapon, it's two items. I'm going to go with this fighter. We'll have a dagger, but he's so dexterous. He's going to have a dagger in his left hand. So dagger, left hand. I like your dagger. Now, of course, he could put that into a sheath, but we're going to have him jumping right into, we want two daggers. Okay, we're just going with daggers? You don't want a sword in there or a rapier? Yeah, we could do that. Rapier is really weak, but he is dexterous. So I agree, no maces, short sword, flails, one-handed spears. So we do have the dagger in the left hand. Let's go with a rapier. Rapier. And on the fly, so a rapier is definitely more of a dexterous stabbing weapon. It's not going to be very good in probably hack and slash. Obviously, stab and move, dagger for close, rapier for distant. Got it. All right, we'll play into that as we go. Let's see, can carry some stuff in his belt, but we'll just assume these items could be put into his belt where I picture them right now, and his hands are empty. Let's see, we've got our base armor 6, no shield. He doesn't plan on using it. All right, we're going to roll 2 dice. And we're going for create appearance first, and then we're going to name. So this is that roll number 6. The very first die roll is a 2, so we're in column 2. And the next roll is a 4. And this means, wow, corpulent, which is like kind of fat. All right, he's quick. So we've got corpulent. At least I'm pretty sure corpulent is slightly chubby. Did I mention my deity is the great Bart Fuzzy-Face Master of the Universe? No, you did not. We're going to go for roll for physical detail number 7. So first roll is a 3. So we're in column 3. Second roll is a 2. And wow, he's got some flogging scars under physical. So his back is what we're going to say, flogging back scars. He has at one point been whipped, and he shows the remnants of that damage. So roll to create background. You know what? You can get some weird stuff on this. And okay, we'll just roll to keep it random. 6, column 6. And 6. Wow, double 6. Usurer. What is that? I was hoping it was going to be like a smuggler or something. Usurer. Fill me in. I would have to probably look that up. Usurer. I would prefer sellsword or something else. Hold on. Let me define, just for me, we're going to define what that is. So talk about grinding action. Define usurer. I want to make sure I get this right and make sure, oh, got to spell right first. Okay. Not usury. A person who lends money, yeah, okay, at unreasonably high rates of interest. That would explain maybe why he's a little chubby. Okay, a usurer. So he's a money lender who's been whipped at some point. Interesting. Sure hope you passed that saving throw. All right, create clothing. I'm not going to create clothing. We're going to go on this because of what we've got so far. I'm going to skip the roll here, and it's going to be fashionable. So I see him with his rapier, and I see him with his money lending ways, but apparently he's been a little shady, a little dodgy. Matter of fact, I now know he has been recently flogged, and he's been thrown out of like a city area. He's still wearing his fashionable clothes, but that blood is bleeding through on the back, or has bled through. And it's still painful. That is perfect. And let's see. Let's just roll for his personality through this thing. He's column 3, number 2, hot-headed. Huh. Okay. Hot-headed. Well, maybe that's what got him in trouble and got him booted out of the city. And mannerisms. This is like, see if I can role play him. 5-1. 5-1 is rapid fire. So he's going to be talking in very clipped and rapid notes here as we go. Let's weigh in and see what you guys have. Okay, away from the keyboard is 1911. Vorpal, we are all hanging out in the tavern. Finish character creation and join us. You need a nickname. Yes, I do need a nickname. Keep your name short and memorable. You know what? Let's see. Do you guys have an idea? I was thinking of a couple. There is a naming area on here, but I will take what you guys have as well. Well, we know he was somewhat upper class surname. Ugly. Okay, we'll factor that in. So he's a little bit upper class. And I think it's going to be Dunlow. And let's see. So we've got Dunlow. And oh, it's perfect. Chadwick. And he does not let you shorten it down to Chad. He hates it. Matter of fact, he gets violent if you shorten it to Chad. Got a note? All right. So there we go. Download Chad. Chadwick Dunlow. Chadwick Dunlow is our name. Boom. And you know what? I like this right here. We're already on this area where we can do some little things for an NPC goal. We know he's been kicked out, so we already have that. I think there is some NPC goals of, I want to say revenge for what happened. Let's roll. I don't want to just pick this one. So let me see. 2 and 2 is fame. So he wants to be famous. It's an interesting place to start. And we already know his misfortunes. He's been kicked out and he's been flogged. And I think his mission, there's some weird ones in here, but let's see if it works. Yes, someone called him Chad and he got into a fight, hence the blood. That could definitely be it. A 5 and a 1. We have protect. Huh. Protect what? I believe it would be protect his good name, which I don't think is good. So, good name. And he wants to be famous, so that all ties in. Now, let me sideline this for just 1 second and come back up fully to me. All right. So we've got Chadwick Dunlow. His goal is he wants to be famous. He's a little corpulent right now. He's wearing very fashionable clothes. However, he's been recently flogged and they're bleeding through the back of his shirt, even though they're fashionable. He has a rapier in his belt, right-handed. He's got a dagger as well. And he's very dexterous, even though he's a little corpulent. Very interesting. So I want to randomly pick a location. Now, I have water locations. We're going to stay away from that. I have some locations set out with people in the background, other ones that are just open cityscapes, people in the background, and then I also have doors. I don't have as many on the door side, but one of you tell me, do we want to go with locations that are just scapes? Could be a city, could be a plane. Do we want to go with people locations? A people location means there's some person referenced that location, or do we put them at a door? This is going to be where we're going to be at and then moving forward. One of you here listed in, don't ask, just do, Padawan. Well, I'm trying to engage with you. Maybe you're running your own characters and you don't care, but what do you want? If you don't want, I'm going to go with he's been kicked out of something. I'm randomly choosing what I've tagged as a people location. What is the principal goal? This is going to be our setting where he is going to be standing right now. Right now. I'm going to just take a look at it. Interesting. So you can see, I believe this is going to be, so we're like outside the walls. This is chosen randomly. We're outside the walls, and this individual has just ejected us and sent us anywhere but where he is at. So we're going to be moving away from that location. And I did choose for you. So, all right, let me get that back here. We're going to keep that there. And that giving me that. Pull this back up. So we've got monsters and animal. We got characters, treasure and equipment, the city, the wild. So we're being ejected into the wild. And a region is, so we're going to go with a wilderness landmark is 2 and 1. 2 and 1 is a creek. So as we begin walking down this creek, it's the river. It's actually, I think, like the sludge that's left the city, and we've been ejected from that city, 1911. So this is like the sewage, the refuse that comes out from the other side of that walled fortification. I'm prepared to leave, but if anybody has a reason for the city, let's do it. Nope, we're out. We've been ejected. We're one person. We can't fight. What I am going to do is we're going to wander further down this river. Chadwick is smart enough to know that I think he needs something to dress his wounds on his back, but this water here is filthy. Go for a bit, now I'm lost. Go out for a bit, now I'm lost. Great, ugly, stinky. Yep, all right. So we're going to, as he wanders through and down this creek, I mean, creeks will always lead further down in the slope. They're a good place to follow. A lot of hamlets are built upon them. He's been ejected with no money at all. I believe they wouldn't have let him come on out. However, odds, he has a tiny little coin purse that he had sewn into these fashionable clothes. Evens, they found it. So even, he has no money. Even the small little bag that they had, that he had, has been removed from him. So he is completely broke. We need a wilderness discovery, which is going to be right here. And he's been wandering for a couple hours. We do know that he is hot-headed, so we will keep that in play. But what does he discover? A 2 and a 2. Ooh, man, that's not very good. He's got a dead animal discovery. So he's discovered a dead animal. I think he can tell that this animal was being eaten on by something else in the wild. And the problem is he hears a growl behind him, and we need to have a creature. Let me roll back up. Treasures and equipment. There's my characters. Where's my creatures? Maybe they were down instead of up. No, it's monsters and creatures. I was going the right way. All right, so we're going to have a creature confrontation. Yeah, we're about to find out. This is not going to be an aerial animal. This is going to be, it could be aquatic or terrestrial. So I'm going to go odds that it's terrestrial, evens that it's aquatic. I have a 3. So odds is it's a terrestrial animal. Let's see. What are you guys adding in? Never Fear says run. Yeah, it might be an option. We can run. Vorpal says keep the dead animal's bladder, fill the bladder with the sewage stream, and you have a weapon. Could just be a normal animal or fantastical monster. That is correct. It could be either or. Let's see. Let's go with it is some type of monster character rather than just a normal, but I don't want to go too far down. I want to just, it's going to be some weird combination of 2 terrestrial animals mixed together, because this can get weird and odd. So let's see what it is. The very first roll, and then I'm going to need to have this flipped over so I can track this animal. So we have a 1, column 1, and number 5. Ooh, it's a bear. It's a bear type animal. So we're going to have half bear. That doesn't sound good at all. I'm thinking Vorpal's correct with running. And 6 and 1. Ooh, a snake. It's a bear snake. Well, that sounds terrible. Yeah. Well, it's not an owlbear. But it sounds, so we can look over for its health is going to be I think we're going to say, ooh, it's not hulking, but I think it's got to be tough. So that's roll 2 dice, 2 6-sided die. Ugh, I got a 7. So it's going to have a HP of 7. Not very good. So he got this one covered. A strength bonus. I actually think the combination of a snake and a bear is bizarro. So I picture it almost like this weird bear head on a snake body. It's some kind of terrible magical alchemy going on here. And I think if we're going to give it its bonuses, its strength is going to be, I don't know, what do you guys think? We've got to come up with a strength, a dex, and a will bonus. I think it's going to be dim-witted or 0. Strength should be +2. Okay, gotcha. And then dexterous. I mean, I think a snake is pretty darn quick on the ground. So I'm thinking it would actually be at least a +1. All right, so we've got +2 strength, +1 dexterous, but its willpower is not that great. All right, in this game, running is definitely an option. Swift for dex. Yeah, I think with that bear head, and I see it as a little chunkier too. Screech and thrash around, flying your poo like a monkey. All right, I've got a few ideas, but I want to hear what you guys have first. I'll throw out my first idea is to this carcass. I don't want anything to do with it. I think I'm going to throw it in the direction of this bear snake beast. Hopefully that's what it wants. I want no part of it. I'm going to toss the food at this thing. And then he won't eat you if you slap his face with a turd. Maybe. But I'm going to toss this food at it, and I'm going to flee. I'm fairly dexterous. I do think, very dexterous with a +2. And so if we come up to your initiative, I already took the initiative here. I came across this carcass. I saw this snake bearhead monstrosity, and I've decided to flee. So what I would do is, I don't even think I need to roll on this, but what do you guys think? So I think it's pretty good that all it wants is its food. I guess, does it see me as a better food option? Yeah, don't make a danger roll. I don't think I need to do a danger roll here, but I do want to see if this thing pursues me or if the food is enough. Now, I do have my mythic chart to help me through some of the decisions here. And so mythic works, you can ask it questions and it'll help me answer this. So I think I'm going to go with a pure, I think it's actually likely that it would take its own food as I flee in the other direction. So I think the odds are that it's very unlikely that it would pursue me with its food there. So that means I got to get a 25 or better. I'm using percentile dice, so I need a 25 or better to get my yes, and 42. So it's not an extreme yes, it's just a regular yes. Let me come down and unshare this screen here for a while. Let me just come back and take a look. I want to see food items stink like. Ask the Oracle. Good call. Yep, that's exactly what we did. Easily customize existing. Yeah, I know. It's giving me tips and plans. We've thrown this towards this bear snake thing, and we beat feet. So one thing with maze rats is you generally do not want to be a murder hobo. You don't just go into a fight with something, especially something as big as a bear snake. But this does tell us that we have been ejected into a very peculiar, odd land, not to mention we're following this creek of sludge. Now, what's interesting is as you get further and further down, the water hopefully is cleaner and cleaner as we go. What was the dead animal? Well, I picture it as a deer. It was a deer that it was eating upon. Do you want me to roll for that? Or do you want to go with the deer? I just pictured it as a normal wild animal that this snake had caught. I had scared it off a little bit. There's plenty of deer out where I live, and we do not have forests. So I don't think a forest characterizes it for sure. Deer definitely will gravitate towards water. But let's find out. I'm going to go with a location based on what you're talking about there. I'm randomly looking into my bag of locations. Ooh. This must be my bag with, no, okay. Interesting. Off in the distance, way like over a hill, we can see, so we're not seeing this exactly. Imagine we're on the outside, kind of where that little doorway arch is, but we're seeing there is a city location further down the road. It is like across several miles of territory, but we can see there is some type of city metropolis that we could move toward. With my fashionable yet bloodied clothing, I would like to move toward that. The first thing I want to do is, as we move toward it, I'm talking like you can see this place, 15 miles out and slightly over a ridge, but you can see the smoke and the haze coming up. I want to stop, and I'm going to take off the shirt and try to clean out some of this blood that has come up on the clothing or bled through. Not to mention, when it's wet, I'm hoping it will hide some of those stains as well. I'm first level, not yet gladiator material, Roman Colosseum, roll for a city theme. Good point. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. So we can see we've got that theme. Let me reshare the screen here. We'll come in. We'll bring this up, and I should have rolled through first, but that's all right. Just I'll go easy and not try to zip through too fast. Treasure and equipment and the city. So city themes. What is weird is you look at like animal would mean I would go back and roll anything that's bolded. There's another area to roll upon. But this is one of the very cool things about Maze Rats is it's got these charts that allow you to figure out things very quickly. And where is my other 6-sided die? There it is. All right. So first we're going to go for city themes. What is this? We know we can see a city off in the background. 5 and a 3. A 5 and a 3 is rituals. All right. So let me set this up. Rituals. So that makes me think possibly a religious type city, although it doesn't have to be. Let's see what events have gone on. We're coming up closer to the city. Rituals. All right, let's see city events. 2 and 6 means, fire. So there's been a recent fire. The smoke that I was seeing was actually a building that had caught fire. And I picture this rituals. So this is like a monastic type religious city. They'd had a building catch fire, and they had just gotten the fire put out, but it's still smoking. The good thing is this has garnered a lot of, I'm able to slip into the city pretty much unnoticed due to all the clatter and commotion around the fire. So let's see. Never Fear says, why a ritual when a fire is happening? Well, ritual doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing a ritual while the fire is happening. I read ritual, although I can take your advice, as a city that is kind of ritualistic, based around, it could be whatever the religion is. And we can actually roll for that and see what we think that would be. So it could be even druidic or anything of that. Because that's what I rolled. But I mean, this is part of the beauty of Maze Rats is you can puzzle through. What does that mean if a theme for a city is ritualistic? Remember, this is the theme. So the theme could be, if you think of Klingons, they are very ritualistic, but they're a warrior ritualistic class. And, but it's all around that ritual of what it is to be a warrior. So I think you've got a good point. It doesn't necessarily mean religious, So let me look here at the city. If I was thinking, how could I figure out what is the ritualistic area of this city? What are they doing? So we know there was a fire. We'll come back to that. Let me look through. We've got some district themes: military, opulence, foreigners. All right. I think if I rolled under themes, what is 1911 saying? Since it's just a theme, it could mean that they're not engaged in a ritual right now. Right. Yeah. I don't think they're engaged in a ritual right now. We're getting like, what is the feel of the city? So I think of New York City as a city of high finance, high fashion, and grandioseness. Whereas, I can think of, different cities where it would have a different kind of feel. What is Vorpal? For crying out loud, a ritual fire and a few virgin sacrifices. Maybe. I don't know, though. I had a building on fire, which has allowed us to slip in. I'm going to go under district theme, but this is going to relate back to the ritual. So 1 and 2. Civilized NPCs. Okay, that means I've got to go to the civilized NPCs section. So hold on as we go. And was that up or down? Civilized. There we go. I should unshare this to figure it out. Where was that? I need to look at my sheet here. Civilized NPCs. Hold on. So we're in the city, the maze, the wild. Yep. Okay. I'm looking through my sheet here. So civilized. Oh, that's easy. I was right there. I rolled right by it. You guys probably said something right here. So right here is what I'm looking at. But this is supposed to give what the ritualistic. So I'm going to roll again. A 3-2. All right. Diplomatic. So this is a ritualized diplomacy center. It's all about, imagine it's the UN building writ large city-wise. And not a bad place for me to land at all. So I've snuck in. I picture myself actually going to a tavern. Problem is I don't have any money at all. So where would I go? Where would I go to get that job? Interesting. Guys, throw in here, for crying out loud. You're in there. So I'm in the city. And I've kind of crept in. My whole goal here is to eventually become famous, which is a far cry. Ask the tavern keep for work. Got it. And they've got a very nice tavern section. To give me a name, that's Under the Wilds. And so let me roll up. Oh, come on. There we go. No? Where's the Wilds? I'm missing it. All right. Bear with me. The city. Oh, it was down below. There's our inn. All right. So we're going to pull our names. We've got we're going to roll on the adjective and then the noun. And we'll see what the quirk is for this particular tavern/inn. So we're first on adjectives. We've got 2, 3. You walk in and it's bleak. It's very bleak in the tavern. That's not good off the bat. Or sorry, this is the name. We're going for bleak. 5-2 under nouns. Bleak moon. Okay. So I picture this blue moon with like a shadow cast, like a cloud over it. So, but we're rolling into the bleak moon inn/tavern, and its quirk in quirks is 5-6. Secure storage. Okay. secure storage. All right. So right off the bat, you guys said I'm looking for work, and we walk up and we contact the keeper of this bleak moon. And we're going to say male or female. Male will be even. It is odds. This is a female inn owner. And one of you guys roll on a table if you have it for a female name, and you guys can give me secure. Yeah, I imagine it's got secure storage. So that revolving around of folks that we might be able to get some kind of employment. Storing something that needs gold, maybe a fence, smugglers. Yeah, I think they'll store, they're secure for almost anything. Okay, you say I'm lagging. Let me see. I don't see myself lagging here. I did not wire in with my Cat 5, so I'm going off of my wireless. But let me come back to just me. All right, so we don't have her name yet. One of you come up with a name. You was swimming in the sewer and never clean yourself. Perfect. She comes in and sees my fashionable clothes, my nice rapier, and can tell I am at the end of my rope. And I think she says, if there's ever a sad sack that looked like he needed a beer from the bottom of my shelf. She's got a series of barrels, and her low rent barrel sits lower, and it's some cheap ale, grog type stuff, but she grabs a wooden cup. She fills that stein and puts it down right at Chadwick Dunlow, and he takes a very long and thirsty sip. Give me a second. So 1911 is doing something. Yeah, I think you're right. He's dressed right, but he stinks. I think as much as he's cleaned his clothes further down that river there, he tried to get the stains out. I think she can see pity ploy. The pity ploy, ask for money. I don't think the money is going to work. She's already given him a drink. I do think he's looking for a job, and she's already shown some interest by at least she's willing to give him a free bottom shelf Adelaide. Adelaide it is, sir. Well done. So owned by Adelaide. I'm writing this down so I can track it. Adelaide is the owner, and she is friendly, almost motherly, which is perfect just by the giving of the first ale. So going to the Mythic chart, I'm using Mythic for some of my odds rolling here. I think he's going to tell her that he's willing, able, and skilled, and will work for room and board. Now, I think she's actually, I think she would. It would be, does she turn him down is the question. And let's go with very unlikely, but that still means we're on a chaos factor of 5, by the way, for those Mythic players. Unlikely that she's going to, or very unlikely that she'll turn him down, but that still means he needs to get a 25 or better in order to get a yes. So here we go, percentile roll, 69. 69 is definitely a yes. He does not move into the extreme yes unless he'd gotten up to 86. So she says, the Bleak Moon is always looking for someone who needs work, yet maintains a fashionable look. She says, but you're going to need to clean up, my friend. A sex slave. Why not prostitution? Don Chadwick. He does not like to be called Chad, my friend. Chadwick Dunlow. I think we'll stay away from the prostitution at this point in time. Let's see what we got here. What are you guys mentioning here? We've got roll for action theme for what she wants him to do. I like that. Roll for action and theme for what she wants him to do. I like that. So we'll go for action and subject. What kind of work? So in Mythic, you have your action and subject, and that is a perfect call by 1911, just to see what she wants him to do. What kind of work is it? So we have a 34, which is, lie. Wow. Hold on. Let me get that. Wow, lie. Well, that sounds, you've got diplomats running all over. So lie. Interesting. Lie. And then what is the subject here? 49. 49 is lie failure. Lie failure. Okay. Now, nothing jumps out right away. I'm going to roll again so you can get clarity. 27 is going to be praise. Praise. And 83. So we've got praise, and 83 is riches. Excellent. Well, that tells me enough already. So Adelaide says, now that you've wet your whistle, may I get your name? And I see Chadwick kind of straighten his clothing, kind of preen a little bit, and he says, Dunwick, madame. Chadwick Dunwick, at your service. And he doffs his hat, which he wears. I picture a little plume in said hat. And she says, I think she would say, may I call you Chad? And he says, never, madame, never. And she says, Chadwick, I think I may have a job for you, but you're going to need to clean up first. You stink. And he says, oh, the circumstances, madame. Oh, the circumstances. So she kind of snaps her fingers. She's got an older, heavy-set, barrel man that can run her barrels in and out and handle a lot of her storage. And she says, hot water, used barrel, him in it, and a bar of lye. And then she says, we'll clean these clothes as well, Chadwick. And I think Chadwick says, I'll need a little bit of bandaging as well. And she says, noted. And off he goes for a good steaming. Adelaide arranges for one of her barmaids and some salve of some type, and says, bandage up Chadwick, and nothing extracurricular. Just to make sure Chadwick doesn't try to stray too far. I think, he's been lashed, but these are wounds that will definitely heal. And he gets them salved and bandaged. And his clothing is clean. I got to ask, as we go through scene separation, the question is there any type of, is the scene going to be altered or interrupted in any way? And I actually don't, well, So, um, let's just go with, I'm curious. So we're going to determine, I want to go simply. I actually want him to continue through that. Let me see what you guys have. Down low, Dunlow is an idiot. He gave his food to the snake bearer. Well, he had a shot at fighting, and I think it wouldn't have gone very well for him at that point in time. Let's put animal activist on his list of disadvantages. Magnus is in. Hello, Magnus. Good to see you. We're running through maze rats here. So I think he gets cleaned up just fine. I don't believe we've got to roll, though. So our chaos factor is 5. We'll roll my 10-sided die here, and we'll see if it's a 5 or lower. Then there is some kind of scene interruption. Ooh, it's a 2. So we have even. It means it's not altered, but it's interrupted. So what is the interruption? I've got him in this steaming barrel cauldron getting cleaned. What is the interruption? We have an 83 under the action. So an 83 is an assist. Uh-oh. And a 7 is allies. Assist allies. Interesting. Well, you know what? So Never Fear or Vorpal, you guys had created some characters while we were waiting. Yeah, Maze Rats Vorpal is a D6 system. I'm not seeing all your talk here, but I'm rolling on the mythic chart to get scene movements, yes or no questions. That's the oracle. Now, if I'm creating something, you'll see me using those D6s, but I'm using an oracle as well here as we move through. Roll for an event focus first. Good point. Good point. So let me roll on that event focus since we know it's an interrupt. Let's see. 39. I always miss the event focus, by the way. This is move toward a thread. So move towards a thread. Well, the only kind of thread we have is the fact that he wants to protect his good name and he wants to become famous, or the fact that he was ejected for usury. I've never heard of this game, RPG. Yes, it's called Maze Rats, and Ben Milton is getting ready to put out a 2nd edition hardback of Knave, and Maze Rats. He's got a little professionally done, I think it's going to be a professionally done pamphlet that'll come with it. That'll be live on Kickstarter, I think, this coming Tuesday. And I'm going to be using Maze Rats to run a West Marches campaign with folks at the house. So we're moving towards a thread, and that thread is going to be that he has found some allies. So I can either have, this is where I think the character that Vorpal or Never Fear 1911 created could show up. And I believe they probably are also either working for Adelaide, or they or she's brought them in, much like she's brought in Chadwick. And I think they will be working together in order to lie, failure, praise, riches. They're going to be doing some kind of daring deeds diplomatically. Daring deeds diplomatically. I can't find the older message on mobile. My character is Finn, a peddler. If they need to bring him in, I don't have a slot stats at hand. I'm not on a PC. No problem. Vorpal. Are you in, Vorpal? What about your character? So we can still have Finn. Was it Finn? Now it jumped on me. Where'd it go? Yeah, Finn. We can have Finn the peddler come in because I believe, all right, I'm not seeing anything with Vorpal. Maybe he had to pop away. Oh, there he is. on this is some looking for someone who wronged him. All right, Finn it is. Lord Vorp, park your lord there for a while. Maybe he'll be the person that we're dealing with. Who knows? Or maybe he's somewhere else that will come in. But Finn the peddler comes in and he brings with him the cleaned set of the fashionable clothes that that Chadwick was wearing. So Chadwick's been bandaged up, cleaned up. He doesn't stink anymore. And Finn the peddler comes in and he explains that Adelaide has brought him in to assist Chadwick. And so we've got to find out why. And I picture a meeting with Adelaide. So we already know it's there was a lie failure and a praise riches. Lie failure, praise riches. So this is where mythic. And then once we figure this out, we'll pause this. I don't want these to get too overly long and we're at an hour. So we're going to figure out what this mission is going to be for Finn, the peddler, and for Chadwick Dunsworth, the fashionable usurer. Lie, failure, and praise riches. This is going to be some kind of like a scam or something that I picture Adelaide wanting to run. But you guys help me out here. So we're looking at lie, failure, and praise riches. And anybody can weigh in. So my deity is the great Bart Fuzzy Face Master of the universe. Yes. So lie, failure. Lie, failure. What would a lie failure be? A lie failure. So right off the bat, I know that somebody has done something to Adelaide. They've tried to besmirch her character or her business, and it failed. She found them out. What did you got? Can't copy, paste, mobile, annoying. Got it. No problem. We'll work through it. You're going to scam me. Please don't tell me ahead of time. Scroll up a bit. I suggested something above. Okay. That could take me a while to find out. And I'm not sure where it is. She failed storing something securely. She's lying about it. She needs him to retrieve it. Okay. That's very nice. That's got to be what you were talking about. Okay. So it's her lie. Got it. Love it. That's perfect. 1911 spot on. So she is supposed to be secure storage, and she works with different diplomats or folks that come in and out of the city. And something that she secured has been stolen or taken. And she wants us to find it. Interesting. So she's got the peddler. So she was in need of somebody. And I got to tell you, Chadwick Dunsworth's been around a little bit. He's also worried that this could make him turn into, and the peddler, they could end up being the fall guys as well. How hard would it be for Adelaide, we don't know her character, to set them up as the thieves? And if she can't recover the items, or if Chadwick and Finn can't recover the items, it might be quite easy to turn them into the suspects. Interesting. I like it. So praise riches. I love this. So she's given them a mission. They're to find and recover the stolen or misplaced items. And if they are successful, she has more work and money for them. So money plus work. And let's see, did you roll for her personality? Wasn't she friendly? Yeah. I think her personality is extremely friendly, but she's definitely in a bind. I loved your idea that she's a secure location and something's come up missing. I think the first thing we're going to have to do, let me get on the right page and then I'll come over. What is this thing that has come up missing? Let me reshare my screen. And okay, so we're under treasure and equipment. Yeah, is there competition for the item? I think it's been taken. It's missing. So, and she's obviously needs it found quickly. So she must have a lead. So what would we be looking at here? Treasure items? Yeah, I think we'll go under treasure items. This could get a little wonky because it's got to be something that was taken if they're storing. Or we could do miscellaneous items. Let's do miscellaneous items in the lower left. So I need my 6-sided dice. We're going to roll on it real quick. 4 and 2. So 4 and 2 is a numbered key. A numbered key. Okay. A numbered key. Okay, that seems interesting. So that implies desire and competition for the item. Stay with me, Vorpal. Stay with me. All right, yes, there's competition for the item. Well, I mean, it's been taken. The key will be to steal the item back. So it's a numbered key. She's also going to know roughly, let me come back just so you guys don't see all the scrolling. Let me come back to where it would be. She knows she knows where or who has taken it. And let me look and see where it would be. I'm going to roll under the, let me reshare. I'm going to roll under this. Let me get on this. Under the tactical building. No, sorry. Where was it? I had it. The lower class buildings right in here. This is going to be where we're going to be sent. So she knows who took it and where it is. A 2 and a 4. A 2 and a 4 means a curiosity shop. Well, of course, that's exactly where the numbered key would be, at the curiosity shop. Okay. So it is a time of distraction. There's been a fire. She says this key, which she had secured, has been taken, and she needs us to go get it back. It's been stolen, or something's happened to it, and it is at the curiosity shop. We're going to pause right there. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes. I want to keep them right about there. And my voice is getting sharp. So let's talk a little bit about what we got. I love this already. And this is how nice Maze Rats flows around. And I'm doing like 3 different things at once here. With your guys' help, you can see how things start to unfold using Mythic, using these charts from Maze Rats. We've got, our guy has been ejected from his city, and, he's found his way down, avoided some crazy mythical creature of a bear snake. But he's made a potential ally. But I like the idea that he's got to be concerned that him and Finn the Peddler could easily also become the patsy. If I think it's high stakes, if he fails, if he and Finn fail in this, they could be also blamed for the theft. Adelaide, although friendly, has a business to run. And I don't think Chadwick Dunsworth is stupid. This is a high risk, high reward venture. And I think Adelaide will win either way. She'll either have someone to pin the blame on, a stranger who's already been flogged for crimes, along with the peddler, or she'll get back her item. And that is where we will leave it. Let me look at your comments real quick. So we've got a key to what? We don't know. We just know it's a numbered key. It's been described to us. Matter of fact, the number that's on it is, it's got the number 37. For some reason, a numbered key, number 37 is on this key. And she was tasked with securely storing it and failed. It's now at a curiosity shop, which we will find out more as we go. What do we got from you guys? Why doesn't she herself go there to get it if she knows? Right. I think I just nailed that. If we can't get it back, Chadwick believes we will be the patsies accused of the theft. We're strangers. I think he knows that. And he can feel that. And therein lies, it's a win-win for Adelaide. Let's see. You'll pick this back up when? I don't know. I'll probably pick it up next Sunday. Well, no, I'm going to have real people over here playing this game next Sunday. Not that you guys aren't real people. I'll have physically present people in this house. So we'll find a time to pick it up that works for everybody. I'll try to do them early there, 1911. Let's see what else we got. Vorpal, Finn's girlfriend is Jedi Knight. Stay with me, Vorpal. You've got to enter into this world, my friend. Enter into this world. It's markdown file, but I can export to PDF if you want it. It's a markdown file. Sorry, maybe that's something else. I scribbled my character on a Burger King sack. That's good. You can do that with Maze Rats. All you need is a piece of scratch paper. I'm thinking key 337 works in the Goblin Bank from Harry Potter. Interesting. Adelaide being scum. Chadwick can't catch a break. I wouldn't even call her scum. She has a problem. Chadwick has a problem. He needs a job. She's got a job for him. If he can deliver, there's some riches for him out of it and more work. If he can't, Adelaide's problem's still solved. And she didn't tell him she'll set him up. But Chadwick, again, is not stupid. We can tell by his fancy duds and his rapier and his blade. Adelaide being scum, and then Vorpal, I still think monkey poo defense was a great idea. Vorpal, you've got to enter into the world with me, my friend. Enter into the world. So Chadwick has become somewhat real to me. We've created him right here on the spot. At some point, maybe monkey poo will become doable. All right, when we come back, we will have a curiosity shop. We have a numbered key. Number 37 is in that shop. And I think we're going to go, I don't know, do we wait for night? And then how would Finn the peddler work? We'll have to come up with something for it. So you guys think of how this would work. Do we burgle in the middle of the night? Well, we have attack bonuses. We're not necessarily, but we can still sneak in. He is dexterous. Do we walk in like we're looking for something? And Finn is my Chadwick's manservant, and we're looking. And then while we're in there, do we brute force it? What do we do? So think of this. And when we return, I'll take your ideas on the approach to the curiosity shop. Now, the fire, we're in town. Remember where we've been. It's a ritualistic diplomatic center. This tells me that it also sits near an ocean port. I picture this city. The creek has come down over miles, so the water's cleaned itself up a little bit since then, as it would. There's multiple streams that feed into this diplomatic city port. I may flesh some of that information out before we return. And there's a lot of diplomatic comings and goings from this diplomatic town. So there's intrigue afoot. Chadwick's not upset to be here at all. And that is where we will leave it. Let's see. Let me look at what you got. Anything that doesn't lead to combat. Yeah. I mean, in Maze Rats, it is not murder hobo land. You might have to fight, but it is not desirable. If we can gain a few levels, oh, there's a good point. When we come back, I'll give us a little bit of, so we're going to get 1 experience, 1 XP, just for playing at this level. I think we've got to earn 4 to get to the next level. He's done nothing over the top. You know, had he killed the bear snake and brought in its head or something. So the XP is showed up to play 1 XP. Yep, we did that. Overcame a difficult challenge. No, that would have been worth 2 XP. Again, like beating that snake bear and bringing its head in. Overcame an impressive challenge beyond their expected ability. That's 3 XP. No, that didn't happen either. And so had he done those things, he would have picked up XP a little bit quicker, and we would have moved up to a level 2. When a PC has earned enough XP, all he needs is 2 XP to get to the next level. So that's fine. At the end of our next session, he'll level up to a level 2 just because he showed up. And that's kind of how this works, but it's this progressive system. Okay. I'm getting ready to sign off. Any questions from anybody on? I've got 4 people on. I don't want to go too much longer. Was a good one. Looking forward to the next one. Also would like to hear about your real life session, maybe in a vlog. I will do that. I've got some more junior role playing. I think one person's never played before, but I'll encapsulate that. And as this long-term campaign goes on, if they start to get really good and really comfortable, and assuming it's successful, I may even ask them, and I'm talking like 20 sessions in, if they're willing for me to film it. But I'll do little breakdowns on it. Okay, we're going to wrap it up here. I like where we're at. I'll clean up some of my notes, make things look good, and when I come back in, I'll even have a document that I can share to put it up on the screen so it's visible and easy. And before I leave, I'm going to reshare the screen. Maze Rats is what we've been playing. Again, Ben Milton will have this up with his Knave Kickstarter. I believe this is like an extra add-on, professionally done Maze Rats pamphlet. I would definitely look toward picking that up. Vorpal, 20 sessions is 20 XP. The game won't last much longer than that. The problem, Vorpal, is you're assuming the characters live. They generally won't. So, and as you level up, it's, you know, like you got to have 2 to get to level 2, but you got to have, I think, 6 to get to level 3. And so you can see it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. And if they die, of course, you're starting back over. But more on that later. I'm signing off. Thank you, everybody, for this Maze Rats experiment where the viewers get to participate and even occasionally, like happened here with Finn, join in with what happens and maybe even their characters in this case. See you guys later. Thanks for joining the show. Bye. We're winding